Hi, in this video we're going to be comparing these two space heaters. So here is the Kismile 1500 watt personal space heater, and this is the Delonghi 1500 watt personal space heater. Now I've had this one for almost a year. It'll be a year in September, and I've had this one for about 2 years, maybe more. So this one I actually broke. So let me show you what I did so that you don't make the same mistake in case you decide to buy this one. So this one has a stand on the back that pops out. That's how you stand it up. You pop it out and it stands up like that. And so one day what happened was I was in a hurry. I don't know what I was doing, just not thinking. And I grabbed it and I pulled it back and I snapped it. And I basically snapped off the little piece here. Now it still works. I can still get it to work and it still stands. So no issues there. So it is partially broken. It did break after about 2 years or so. So keep that in mind, but I still think it's a great heater and we're going to talk about why in this video. So let's start by talking about the Delonghi since I have it here and we're discussing it. So the Delonghi has 2 heat settings and it has a fan setting. And one thing I really like about the Delonghi is that the fan setting is this direction and the heat settings are the other direction. I know that's silly, but I just think it's just really nice. You don't have to like go through the fan to get to the first level of heat. And then here is where you can adjust the temperature from max to min. So it also has a safety feature here so that if you knock it over, it automatically shuts off. Whereas the Kismile is a little bit different. It has that safety feature. Notice the safety feature is a little bit loose. I don't know if that's a testament to the quality of the product or a testament to the fact that I've used this one quite a bit. But this is what happened after about almost a year of use, and I did use this one quite a bit. Also, it does have a fan option, and it does have 2 power levels, but it's in the same direction, so you have to spin it the same way. So it's like off, fan, 1, 2. It's in the same direction, which I don't like necessarily. And then here is the min and the max. You can adjust that. And it's not as clearly labeled as the Delonghi, so I don't necessarily like that. As far as handles, this has a pretty good handle, and the Delonghi also has a very good handle. So I would say the handles are about equivalent. The Delonghi is bigger in size, and it does seem like a beefier heater. Let's start by turning on the Kismile so we can listen to it, so you can hear it, because my microphone is here. So you'll be able to hear it when I turn it on in the video. You'll be able to hear what it sounds like. These sound very, very different. There is a significant difference in how they sound and feel. So I want to emphasize that. So right now it's off. It's on fan mode. And when you turn it down, it turns off. So even when you're on fan mode, if you adjust the heat level, it turns off. Adjusting the heat level when in fan mode on any personal heater that I've reviewed, that I own, does nothing. But it does do something when you're in heat mode. It makes it warmer. So it's getting warm now. It's got a little bit of rattle to it. Again, these are used. I've had this for almost a year. And let's go to 2. It's got a little bit of rattle to it. It does rattle a little bit, right? So again, I've used this quite a bit. It's been banged around. It's been used. And it turns off when you tip it over because it has this wonderful safety feature. So that's the sound of the Kismile. So it rattles a little bit after about a year of use, and something's up with the safety feature. It still works, but it's a little bit loose. That's after a year. The Delonghi, I did break the stand after about 2 years of use. So, by the way, everything's going to break, right? Over time, things will break. It happens with heaters, with mice. Most things, stuff starts to break. All right, let's turn this one on. I'll do the fan first. I love the way it sounds. I really like this one better. Nothing against Kismile. It's a great little heater. I have beat this thing to death, and it still works. But this one is just it just feels beefier, and the sound is, it's just a different sound. It's a little louder, but I like it. I guess you can rewind the video and listen, and you can compare. And then you can adjust the heat level. And again, when you put it on minimum, it turns off. Even though adjusting the heat level doesn't really do anything for the heat, because there is none in fan mode, or the fan speed doesn't affect it at all, it seems. Let's go to 1. Starting to get warm now. Takes a bit. Takes a bit to get warm. I feel like this warms up a little bit quicker. And then 2. There we go. Now it's getting warmer. There we go. Nice. Oh, it's a nice heat. I love this thing. Again, I've had this one longer. I think this is my oldest space heater. Out of all the space heaters I currently have, this is the one I've had the longest. So perhaps it's a little bit more nostalgia with this product. Ah, it feels really, really good. It's really cold in here, so it feels really good on my hands. Ooh, be careful, by the way. You know, these get hot. You don't want to touch it, so don't touch it. Oh, it does have a safety feature. Turns off, right? On, off, on, off. So it does have that wonderful safety feature. Let's go ahead and turn it off. So both great. I personally think I like the Delonghi better. It's bigger. I like the controls better. I like the design and the color better than the Kismile. I've had it longer. However, I did break the stand, and again, it was my fault, but it did break. So that's something to consider. Whereas this is the Kismile, it works. I think it heats up a little bit quicker than the Delonghi, and also the switch has started to go bad down here. But both work. I still use both. They're great heaters. Oh, whenever you're not using them, I don't know if this is something people do, but I always unplug my heaters. So maybe it's a good idea when you're not using it, unplug it from the wall. But both great heaters. They're both fantastic. I used them extensively last winter, and it's starting to get cold here. So, I mean, I was using one yesterday. So yeah, I'll be using them again this winter. I hope it's been helpful. Good luck.